Hello, let's look at Best Brain Basic 8 End of Third Term Exams. This is English language. This is Henry's class, and this is your first time of coming across our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So first, let's look at the English language writing aspect. So we have 3 questions here, and this is a composition where you shouldn't write less than 50 words. So number 1 says the Ghana Education Services considering abolishing the basic education certificate examination, as it is believed to put unnecessary pressure on students. As the academic prefect of your school, write a letter to the Director General explaining 3 benefits of writing the BEC. So this question clearly is a formal letter, and then a formal letter should take all the features required of a formal letter. That is your writer's address, your date, your introduction, your body, your conclusion, and your subscription. The question number 2, your school magazine is inviting students to express their views on educational issues affecting learners. Write an article for publication in the magazine on the topic junior high school education be 4 years instead of 3 years. So this is also an article and should follow all the features required of an article. And the third one, as the newly boys or girls prefect of your school, you have to write a speech you will deliver at your inauguration and highlight 3 problems you will deal with during your tenure in office. So this is also speech writing and should follow all the necessary formats required in writing a speech. Let's quickly move to the comprehension. So this is a passage on the comprehension. Let's try and read it a bit. So it says there have been a growing discussion in many communities about whether children should be given household chores to do at home. Some parents believe that chores help children to become responsible and hardworking, while others think that children should be left alone to focus only on their education. According to parents who support the idea, children who take part in household chores learn important life skills at an early age. They explain that activities such as washing dishes, sweeping, cooking, and cleaning teach children discipline and responsibility. Such parents also believe that children who help at home are more likely to appreciate the effort of their parents and guardians. They argue that sharing responsibilities in the home promotes unity among family members. Some children, however, explain that too many chores can affect their studies and deny them enough time to rest. They say that after spending long hours in school, they become tired when they return home and are unable to complete their homework. Others also argue that certain parents give severe punishment when chores are not properly done. In spite of these complaints, many elders maintain that household chores are essential for proper upbringing. All said and done, children need direction and balance in performing household chores. Parents should assign duties according to the age and strength of the child. In this way, children can grow into responsible adults without adversely affecting their education. So that is the comprehension passage, and here are the questions to the answers. One strategy about comprehension is that you don't just read once, read about 2 times. Then the third reading, you read to find answers to the questions. So we have what we call the fast reading, and then we have the slow reading. So the first reading is just having an overview of what the comprehension passage is about, and then you do the slow reading to find answers to the questions. Some of the questions are inferred. You pick the answers from the passage. Some are also direct, and all that. So according to some parents, what do children learn from doing household chores? And A is what they can learn important life skills. B, give 2 reasons why some children complain about household chores. So they said there are too many chores can affect their studies, and they're also saying that too many chores can deny them enough time to rest. C. In what two ways should parents assign household chores to children? So according to the passage, they should be assigned based on their age and based on the strength of the child. All these are from the passage. And D. Household chores are essential for proper upbringing. What does this statement mean? So this statement simply means that it helps in shaping children into responsible or respected and hardworking adults. E. We have to explain our own word the following expression used in the passage: growing discussion. That is what rising conversation. And we can find this when we refer back to the passage, growing discussion, at the introductory parts of the comprehension. Then the second one is life skills. So life skills, that is practical abilities required to handle challenges, and we can also find that in the passage, life skills. Then we have assigned duties. So assigned duties simply means you allocate tasks or you give chores to children. All said and done simply means in conclusion, or finally, or ultimately. F. For each of the following words, give another word or phrase that means the same and can fit into the passage. So discipline, orderliness or self-control. Guardian, protectors or caretakers. Severe, harsh or strict. Maintain, argue or insist. Essential, important or crucial, relevant, adversely, negatively or unfavorably. And then J. In one sentence of not more than 8 words, summarize the main idea of the passage. So the main idea is that chores are essential for child development, and you can see these are 6 words. They said it shouldn't be more than 6 words. This is summary writing. Later we'll look at summary writing proper. Each in 2 sentences of not more than 8 words each, summarize 2 reasons why children should perform their household chores. So in 2 sentences where each of them shouldn't be more than 8. So the first one, chores teach children discipline, and chores, also helping at home or performing chores, can promote family unity. Let's quickly move to the literature aspect. This is an excerpt from The Beacon of Light, but this is a calabash of Saha. So it says, under the scorching African sun, final exam papers had barely been collected when the science teacher, Mr. Mensah, unleashed a challenge that would shake the very foundations of the school vacation. So A. The extract above is the dash of the story, that is the beginning or the introduction of the story. And B. What challenge is the extract referring to? The challenge is a science project, or it's about solving health issues. Then still under the same passage or the same story, it showed in the sunken eyes of Abidatu's little brother, who had fallen ill with cholera just last month. The memory of his frail body, racked with pain, still haunted her. And now, as she looked at Abubakar, she knew that their project wasn't just about winning a competition. It was about saving lives. We have to create a machine that will purify water, she said, her voice pulsing with determination. So CI, the literary device found in the underlying expression is the memory of his frail body racked with pain, and the literary device is metaphor. How would you describe Abidatu's character? That is CII. She was determined. Let's also look at forest gold. So the flickering lanterns cast airy shadow on the faces gathered around. Their eyes shone with a mix of frustration, fear, and determination. The air was heavy with the weight of their collective despair, the scent of smoke and sweat hanging precariously in the balance. D. The descriptions in the extract appeal to the human senses of sight and smell. Sight and then smell. And then E. The extract establishes a mood of tension. And then FI and II. We are to mention one environmental issue raised in the story and identify two characters from the story. So the environmental issue is water pollution. Two characters, Zachary and Osmond. The next is Daoni's dream. So the stage is set with an older Andy, now a wise and just king, sitting on the throne. Daoni and Aleri are seated beside him, proud of the man he has become. The extract is an example of instructions called the stage direction. HI. The protagonist supporting character in the drama is Aleri. Why is Aleri seen as a flat character throughout the whole play? She did not undergo any significant character development. Finally, let's look at the poem Monday Breeze. Blaring horns, screaming voice, running legs, children settle in van. Mommy runs out and returns. Daddy yells. Why does the poet choose Monday as the title of the poem? Monday is believed to be a busy start for a new week or for a new school or a new task. Then the poem contains 2 lines in each stanza, and such poems are what you call the couplet. What does Mommy runs out and returns reveal about her? She's in a rush to get the family ready, or she's in a rush to get the family prepared for start of work. This brings us to the end of the section B. We are quickly going to look at the section A. This is the objectives on the best brain exams for basic 8 English language. So we are choosing from option A to D the one which most suitably complete each sentence used in the passage. And question number 1 reads: if I were a pastor, I'd dash pray every day. If I were a pastor, I'd dash pray every day. And the answer is what? 2. You had so much fun at the party. C. Didn't you? 3. To be a scientist, you must be good at maths. 4. The coach was disappointed with the players' performance. 5. I would rather you had spoken the truth yesterday. 6. Beekeepers usually get stung by the bees. 7. This is the police officer to whom I gave the bribe. 8. After how many years of misunderstanding, Oti decided to reconcile with his uncle. 9. I wish my father had returned home earlier yesterday. Number 10. She traveled outside the country for the very first time. 11. The frog croaked and disturbed the quietude of the night. 12. Dash did she write home to us? Scarcely did she write home to us. 13. Had I tried, I could not swim to the other side of the river. However, had I tried, I could not swim to the other side of the river. We have to choose from option A to D the correct passive speech for the sentences in question 14. The coach presented the players with medals. This is the active. We are going to write it in the passive voice. And the answer is the players were presented with medals by the coach. 15. We have to choose from the options A to D the correct form of the reported form of the sentence or reported speech. I cannot meet you today, but I'll send a message later, Adjoa told Kwesi. Adjoa told Kwesi that she could not meet him that day. So we could not meet him that day, but to send the message later. We have to choose the nearly opposite in meaning from question 16. The mechanic was considered incompetent, but his assistant was quite worthless. Okay, number 16, skilled. 17, the advice from the old teacher was invaluable rather than worthless. 18, although the crowd became agitated, the security officers remained calm. 19, the coach decided to exonerate the lazy players instead of failing them. We are failing, okay, praise instead of praising them, or praise them. 20, some businesses continue to thrive instead of dash during the crisis, failing. 21, we have to choose from the options A to D the nearest in meaning. The headmaster warned the students not to be hostile to visitors. To nearest in meaning, hostile is antagonistic, that's unfriendly. The driver tried to evade the question from the police officer. Avoid. The manager decided to terminate the agreement immediately. End. The old man became very furious when he heard the news and rushed. The assembly members vehemently opposed the decision of the chairman strongly. In each of the sentences, a group of words have been underlined, and we have to choose the one that best explains them. 26. Our grandmothers will keep quiet only when pigs fly. And the answer is, it is never possible. A. 27. Lazy people always look for someone to throw under the bus for their feelings. And 27, the answer is look for another person. C. 28. When I needed my uncle the most, he turned his back on me. And the answer is B. He abandoned me to my fate. 29. Esther must help me because she is my own flesh and blood. This means that Esther is a close family member. 30. The chairman and the secretary are at odds about how to go about the meeting. And the answer is in disagreement on what to do. So from 31 to 34, we have to fill in the spaces with the correct answer. And 31, exposed to various hazards. 31 is B, hazards. 32, outbreak. So here we are going to circle the answers so you fit them there. 33 is consequences. 34 is neat. Then part B, oral language. So we have to choose from the options letter A to D, the one which most contains the same fricative sound as the word underlined. So 36, the local pharmacist explained how to take the medicine. So farm. 37, the man has no shame. Passion. And from 38 and 39, we have to look at the one that contained the plosive sound. So 38, the student built a small wooden bench. Public. We watch the dry leaves drop from the tall trees, and the answer is trap. But to choose from the options letter A to D, the one which has the same or similar ending as the word underlined in the sentence below. The direct sunlight made him blink. and the word with the similar sound is shrink. So thank you for staying tuned. This is Henry's class. If this video was helpful, don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe, and also comment any question or any problem that you have. Thank you for watching. We'll come your way with other subjects, math, science, social, and the rest. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Bye.